Five, four, three, two, one. Hey guys. Wow, breaking news. You probably have seen it by now. I had to go on to talk to you about it. Charlie Kirk has been shot. Um, Somebody tried to assassinate Charlie Kirk in Utah. I'm not a big fan of Charlie Kirk, but I'm a fan of free speech. I'm a big fan of um, peace, safety, being able to speak your mind without a threat of violence against you. My phone's blown up right now. Everybody is freaking out. If you have seen the video, I'm not going to show the video because I'm live streaming on YouTube, and it is yeah, my phone's blown up. Everybody's freaking out, man. Um, I lost my train of thought, but I'll just say this: I had to go live just to. We have to talk about these things. We have to condemn the violence. We're all just trying to put the pieces together after that poor young lady was murdered by that animal on the light rail. Now today we have someone reacting. Obviously, somebody that's a part of the anarchist Antifa deep state party. I'm not going to blame the Democrats for this, but I'm sure this guy is a complete Democrat operative. The guy that shot Charlie Kirk is probably an operative that's involved in all sorts of things that are Democrat, giving to these causes, probably going to rallies, supporting, probably a guy that's been poisoned by the anarchists, and that have hijacked the party. Sorry, guys, it's crazy. My phone is completely blowing up. I had to, I had to go live because I'm committed to speaking out. I'm committed to speaking out. Let me check my sound here. I'm committed to Cool. I'm committed to speaking out. First of all, before I get into my thoughts, I'm going to bring a special guest on if I can, if he can make it. I'm my heart goes out to Charlie Kirk and his family, to his staff, and the people that work for him. I was at lunch. I was just going through my phone, and I saw it, and I couldn't believe it. I thought, what? And then the video popped up. There's a video. I'm not going to play the video because I'm on YouTube, and YouTube is not about free speech, and they're highly sensitive to anything that will hurt the Democrat Party agenda. YouTube is owned by Google. We know where that's about. So they've already probably taken their algorithm and set it up to where they'll pull certain videos that replay the actual shooting. It's online. It's on X if you want to go to it. I'll jump to X while we're doing this. I'm only going to take a few minutes. I know it's a busy time for all of us. I know you're probably on your lunch hour. You're just getting it. I've got calls that are coming in that I can't take at the moment, obviously, because I'm live. And so it's just a really crazy. It's chaotic right now in my mind. I was only like 10 minutes away from home, so I was at a restaurant. I was outside. It was so crazy because I'm thinking, what a great, beautiful day this is. I was eating outside on the patio. I was like, where do we go from here, man? Because I'm dealing with that. The whole. I was very emotional over the video over the last 2 days of that poor young lady being murdered by that savage on the light rail. I'm concerned with crime in these Democrat cities. We know where this is going, and now I believe a direct response to the fact that video exposed where we are at as a country, at least where the Democrat anarchists are at. I'm going to bring on my guest right now. He just jumped in, which is great. So my heart goes out to the family. I'm just really upset. He has young kids, I believe. And now I got Bishop from Country Fried Podcast on. We were just on the phone in the car. I was just like, hey, I'm going to go live. Come on with me and tell me what you think. Can you hear me, Bishop?
Yeah.
Dude, have you heard anything? It looks really bad. The video was crazy. There's a faraway version that you see. It's a great version of the angle. There's a high D version that goes out. You can see like the blood, right? There's also more of a bitmappy version, but there's that version's out there. I'm sure more is going to hit the internet. What do you see? What do you think?
Well, the video's horrific. Um, it's a spark to something larger, perhaps, to our country. It's like if you don't like, the left has perfected violence. They've been for the last, I don't know, 3 years. They've been crying about January 6th, and every time violence is brought up, they bring up January 6th. If you bring up injustice, they bring up January 6th. They bring up violence, they bring up January. They just bring up January 6th nonstop, right? So, in the last 2 years, we've seen Trump shot at twice. We've seen Charlie Kirk. Looks like he might be assassinated. I'm not sure, but I heard rumors that he passed away already.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. I mean, it doesn't look good at all, and people are freaking out.
So Democrats are violent, angry people. They're
Yeah,
violent,
yeah.
psychotic, angry, psychotic people. That's what they really are. Is they're just angry, psychotic people. They can't get their way, so they just if you can't get your way, shoot someone. That's what their philosophy is. Is that they can't wait 3 years for Trump to get out of office and then wait through a campaign for JD Vance, right?
Yeah.
They have no candidate. If you look at the Democrats lineup, they have no candidate.
No, they don't.
They
And it's really just, as far as I'm concerned, the anarchists have really taken the party over. They've taken the party over. Hey,
pretty much
I have to take a call real quick, but I'm going to leave you on to just talk about your thoughts. I'll be right
sure,
back.
sure. Yeah. So if anybody's watching this, it's you should be fearful of your safety in this country because what is happening. Um, it we have to have self control, and people say things we don't like and we disagree with, but um, and acting with violence is just unacceptable. And this was in Utah, by the way. So this wasn't in Philadelphia or Detroit, and he was doing a live debate with virtually probably no security. I'm sure that Charlie gets death threats consistently because of the things he says on the internet. But the truth is, if you look at what's happened the last few years, it was the left that's been violent towards Republicans and conservatives. What do we do to stop this? There's really nothing you can do besides get violent back. That's really your own option. Is we know this is that Trump and JD Vance and actually every conservative influencer who has influence on the public opinion is now beefing up their security and having probably metal detectors installed at their events or especially the president's life is at stake at every turn right now. But is this the start of the Civil War? It could be. I think the I think there's a cold Civil War that's going on, just like there was a Cold War in the '80s. I think this is a cold Civil War, and but now it's hot. It's heated up immensely.
It's yeah. Thanks for holding down the fort. Yeah, it is. I don't think it's an accident that this happened the couple of days after that terrible video came out, because everyone now knows that what has, I mean, that was kind of the icing on the cake, like, of what we have seen happen to this country when it comes to violence and crime on innocent people because of the Joe Biden policies and the Kamala Harris California stuff that we're still dealing with, Gavin Newsom, and then all these other Democrat, Chicago, New York, you name it, all these Democrat run cities where people have been, innocent people are killed every day by either illegal aliens that shouldn't be here or just career criminals put back on the street, right? And
Well,
now,
one
and so we saw what the chickens come home to roost over the last 2 days.
one thing um, that's going to be hard to deal with is that the after effects of this, right? Because what person who works hard and believes in their country and wants to see good things happen is going to risk their life by campaigning and risk their life by becoming a public servant. because if you're a public servant, you say things people don't like, they'll just put two bullets in your neck,
Yeah, you're
right?
not
Before,
exaggerating.
see, this is the thing that Trump has done is that Trump made it courageous to be a public figure in politics, right? They tried to bankrupt him, tried to bankrupt his family, tried to accuse him of being a Russian spy, going to court, all this stuff, trying to take his money, bankrupt him, all this stuff, right? Didn't work. So then you take a couple of shots at him, that didn't work, and Trump has basically won. He's won, right? And the fear is because he's won so easily in the campaign that this country has turned the tide to where Trump won the popular vote. Conservative views are more popular than ever. Young people, young men especially, are registering as Republicans at numbers, especially minorities, black men registering as Republicans more than ever before, right?
Yeah, a lot of it has
Uh,
to do with Charlie Kirk and guys like him.
exactly. So,
Young guys
what
are
will
in their,
happen?
like 30s or late 30s, right? All sorts of different cultures. There's all sorts of genders, different cultures, races that came together for Trump. They
But
changed everything.
what person now is going to, what business person is going to risk their life to run for public office now? It's not about money anymore. It's about your life.
Yeah, it is. Charlie Kirk is obviously he would be a guy that could possibly in the future run for president. Let's just be honest, right? He's that popular, right?
Yep.
He's that,
Yep.
that. I mean, he's friends with Trump, right? He's Elon Musk. I'm also monitoring X. Elon Musk just tweeted 20 minutes ago. I hope Charlie makes it. It looks very bad.
Looks terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, like the
I've
video.
heard I heard he's already passed, but they got to talk to the family first before they announce it publicly. The video is terrible.
I just don't. Yeah, when I saw it, I just don't know how. I mean, it looked like dead on contact. It looked DOA because like
Trump has
he like crumbles. Like as soon as he's hit, he crumbles, and that's kind of a
Trump
sign
has
of like
Trump has changed the idea of what a president can do, what a president can't do.
yeah,
Okay. So the other day I was watching something or listening to some sort of podcast or something, and it was two people who are Democrats talking about if they get back in office, what should they do? They said, well, we should use the power just like Trump did. We're going to do this. We're going to do all of these extreme left things, right? Crazy things that they wanted to do. So now, if you're a Democrat and you're looking at Trump, you can't stop Trump. So what do? You go after his helpers and you go after his.
yeah, you're right. You take out the guys that actually are in the trenches. By the way, Glenn Beck just tweeted 18 minutes ago. Charlie Kirk has been stabilized. Okay. It
Maybe
says,
he,
oh, he
maybe he
says,
is.
I'm hearing. He says, I'm hearing he's stabilized. I hope it's true. So he's not even sure.
I don't know how anyone survives what we just saw. It's pretty bad, but
Well, I mean, he
maybe
was not. I'm sure there's EMTs right there, right? Because there was a lot of people there in the
you
crowd.
know, dude, you
Yeah,
don't know. Some of these events, people plan them, and they put the ambulance at the very back of these events, and then the ambulance has got to fight through the crowd to get
yeah,
to them
that's
because
true.
nobody wants to pay for the ambulance because they don't want it there because it's an added cost,
All right,
and the ambulance.
sorry, I have a family thing. I got to take this call. I'll be back.
Sure. The ambulance is usually pushed somewhere else, in that fact where you can't get to the person fast enough, right? But hopefully Charlie is actually okay. And I'll say this: I don't watch a lot of Charlie Kirk's stuff because I really don't care. And sometimes Charlie Kirk says things that I don't really care to watch or to see. And he does these events where he gets to some college and he fights with a bunch of kids and they argue about whatever slavery or political issues or social issues. I don't care to watch it because I don't care. Okay, it's just a bunch of kids who want to be on TV and they want to be smart asses. And Charlie makes content from these kids. That's fine. Okay, not for me. That's fine for you. If you watch it, go ahead and watch what you want. Okay, but you need to keep your head on a swivel, especially if you're conservative and you're outspoken.
Yeah,
You need to keep your head on a swivel because your safety is at stake. They will vandalize your vehicle. They'll slash your tires. They'll shoot you in the neck. They will go on the internet and they'll call your boss and get you fired. They'll do all sorts of things to destroy your personal life.
Yeah.
Right.
It's no
That's just
joke. I mean,
yeah.
we've been around long enough to see the dirty tricks in politics and to see this over the years, but it's now at a level that's unprecedented.
Yeah, this is kind of scary.
It is
So
because
the
I
question is
mean,
which Democrat's going to get one in the face?
well, I mean, there are people out there. There's radical people on both sides, right?
Hmm.
And Alex Jones, a guy like that who's always on the cutting edge. Look what they did to him financially. They tried to they pretty much destroyed his business, but he bounced back because he really tells the truth. Now, obviously, I'm not going to defend any kind of legal trouble he got into, but he still has done a lot of great things by exposing the things that we need to know. And the risk is real. Even going on and doing podcasts, the risk is real. Like you have to, yeah, keep your head on a swivel in life and also online. I was just to drop. I did a show on Saturday and I talked about this. About it's vicious. It is. Everyone is lethal. That was my point. Everyone is lethal, and if you are unhinged and if you are coached by the wrong people, if your mind has been poisoned by the Democrat Party, we have to be honest. I don't like to label all the Democrats this, but like when will they actually line up and condemn something that's evil? Like when will they really do that? Because this whole thing with the train, the light rail murder, half of them kind of condemned it. The other half said, made excuses and said, even Whoopi Goldberg. I don't know if you saw that clip today. Whoopi was saying, yeah, well, they started talking about it, and Joy Behar starts laughing, and because they knew where they were going to try to blame it on mental illness, and said his mommy said they should take him off the streets. I'm not even going to get into how ridiculous and disgusting that is to put that on
Hmm.
other people what he did. But that's what they were doing up to the time Charlie got shot. They were doing that this morning. If he does survive, the recovery is going to be unbelievable. I mean, can you even be the same after this? Yeah, he's young, but God, man, shoot him. How ironic! Shoot you in the throat. That's. I mean, clearly it was a kill shot. Clearly, it's.
Yeah,
Did you see? They're saying online Van Jones was talking shit about Charlie Kirk last night. Did you see that? I didn't.
I didn't watch any kind of stuff. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
so
don't know.
people are saying Van Jones said something that might have incited it. That's interesting to me.
Well, I don't think that's relevant. Charlie Kirk, he makes a living going to these universities and doing these big, Q&As and these debates with these college kids, and and all these kids show up with purple hair and right piercings in their faces, and they want to argue with him about Palestine or argue. It's like Charlie does this on purpose. He does it to make content, for attention. He spars with these kids, which is, like I said before, that's his prerogative to do that. He can
Yeah,
do that
yeah,
all he
no, he
wants.
does. Yeah, he does. Yes, he's very good at roasting people, tripping them up, making them look stupid. Yes, sure his brand, it has acrimony to it, right? He brings he's done years of this,
He's
but
probably got numerous death threats that we don't even know about.
yeah. Now, breaking news here. This is, I guess, 30 minutes ago. And that could be where Glenn Beck was getting his info. His Turning Point USA, I guess that's Charlie's group. They released a statement saying that he was fortunate. It was fortunate because they had a helicopter there and airlifted him right away.
Wow.
Yeah. Emergency services were on top of it. They actually had a helicopter. I'm not sure how or why, but there happened to be one available. They maybe in cases like that, because he is a well-known public figure, that's part of the deal. They airlifted him to a nearby trauma center where he underwent emergency surgery. As of right now, his condition is stable. Okay, so he's alive.
Well, we here's one thing we have to prepare ourselves for is TikTok and social media is going to be bombarded with comical means of Charlie getting hurt. There's going to
Yeah,
be music is going to be people laughing, taunting. We missed him or whatever what it is this isn't going to end in 24 hours. This is going to be a video that Democrats will laugh at. They'll use for comedy. They'll make joke beings out of it. They'll say it's something funny or it's going to be the internet has no the internet is ruthless. That's just the fact that it's going to be a funny meme for Democrats, but we'll wait and see that it's going to be the good old he had it coming. We're already seeing the he had it coming
Sure. I
video.
mean,
You know,
yeah, I mean, there's always those. Well, look, there's a group of people that are cheering this on. Clearly, a group of
well
sick people
we
that
know
want
something
this.
for a fact now, don't we? Is that now that this has happened to one of Trump's guys, you think Trump's not going to go to Chicago and fuck shit up?
Well, yeah, totally. I mean, well, okay. So, did you know that they were going to announce? Sean Spicer was on Two Way. I don't know if you watch Two Way. They do. It's 6 Pacific. They do theirs in the morning. He said the White House had already told him where the next city was, and Trump was going to announce that today. So I don't. But this happened. This happened in Utah. Clearly not on Trump's list. But Chicago, Oakland could be on the list. Charlotte, I'm sure Charlotte's on the list. So yeah, I think you're right. I think did you see that Trump came out and said that savage lunatic D. Carlos Brown should get the death penalty? Did you see that?
No, I know they hit him with federal charges.
Yeah,
Apparently,
yeah. They hit him with the Fed charges on top of the state charges. They doubled up so that the Fed penalty and the charges, outweigh the state charges. But he's going to be tried into state court. But Trump said today on X he wants the he did, and that's unprecedented for a president to say that. But that's Trump. He wants him to actually receive the death penalty. I think they
should
should
this
get.
be public hanging? That's what I think.
What's that?
Public hanging.
Well, I think yeah, right. I think they should get Old Sparky out of Florida because remember the electric chair that would set you on fire. But anyway, so I'll let you. We're gonna wrap up. We got to go. We only had a little bit amount of time. It's almost 1 o'clock Pacific. Country Fried Podcast on X. Bishop is the master and chief of that, and on TikTok. Check him out. He's been a guest on the show. Thank you, Bishop. Give you the last word before we sign off.
Well, I would say if you're watching this and you're conservative, keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah.
And you cannot express your views at work. Um, if you're conservative, don't bring your views to work. Keep them to yourself. And if you have to, play the role. Pretend you're a Democrat. Do it
Yeah.
on the under because they will get you fired. They will slash your tires. They will attack you physically. All sorts of horrible things will happen to you. So you have to keep your political beliefs to a minimum around people because you don't know who's around you.
Amen. And there are, because they can't stop the voice, because they can't stop our voice, they're going to physically, now they just, you're right. Now it's back to canceling your life, killing you. Yeah. Hurting you. Yeah, you're right. That's great advice. Okay. Thank you, Bishop. Have a good one. Be safe.
Right.
And everyone, thank you for watching. And apparently Charlie Kirk's going to at least be okay today. So God bless him and his family. And you guys take care. We love you. Thanks for watching the podcast. I feel much better now knowing he's going to be okay. Look, I'm not a big fan of his. I don't follow him religiously or anything. I'm not a fan of him per se, but what he represents is very important to all of us in the United States. And when I saw that happened, it hit me really hard because I guess I didn't realize how much I appreciate guys like him who will stand out there without bulletproof glass, who will risk their life. Apparently now it's risking your life. Now that's what you're doing. You're risking your life for free speech. So take care, guys. Be safe. Thanks for watching. Go with God.